New episode of the podcast. Monday is the day this one's coming out. The Super Bowl was yesterday, so I have some thoughts on that. First of all, Anna's coming up, and she's got the majority of the show today. Long podcast today. I hope you're in for one. You can maybe have this for a couple days worth of snacking for your ears. Anna's coming up in about 30 seconds, but I'll let you know after she's done. I'm going to get some thoughts on the Super Bowl, some quick thoughts, quick hitters from yesterday's Super Bowl because I thought it was interesting. I thought there was a lot to it, so that is coming up. But first, we kick off the week with my wonderful wife, Anna Widmer. Here she is. My wife, Anna Widmer, on the podcast on a Monday.
It's Monday. Oh, you didn't check my levels.
I didn't. I'm going to do it on the fly here. So hopefully everything sounds
You
great.
always have a bone to pick with me about my volume.
It's just weird because I feel like I hear you loud and then I don't see you recording loud, but I want your microphone to be loud because I need your
I have
content.
a great voice for a podcast.
You do, even though on the video right now we are
so
frozen.
Clear.
Well, let's see if it catches up on the video. There we go. Okay, our video is back to live.
Yes.
The podcast is live. Anna, you said let's get this show on the road because
I want to get in the bed.
8:09 p.m. when we're recording this, you're ready to hop in bed, but we've got an issue here at the Widmer house.
We've got a major issue, but it seems oddly enough to bother you more than it bothers me.
We have no bed to hop into.
Mm-hmm. So I think anyone that is a steady orderer of Pottery Barn knows that it really could be a very long time before you get your item. So I did order a bed from there, like bed frame and headboard and everything. And I just assumed it's going to take a long time. So, it was supposed to be delivered on Friday. Didn't come. Saturday, didn't come. Today, came. I was very excited, and it was broken. So they had to take it back.
Really frustrating. Well, and I was just weird. It got delivered on Super Bowl Sunday, right before the Super Bowl is about to kick off. These guys are going to put a bed together in our bedroom. And I was like, just terrible timing, considering it was supposed to be yesterday.
I literally said, are you guys going to watch any football today? And he said, who's playing? And I said, I don't know.
Yeah, you're like, it's just the Super Bowl. No big deal.
I don't know, though. I didn't know who was playing.
But it was a bummer because now we will be sleeping in guest bedroom land, which is okay. We have a good guest bedroom bed, but it's not our bed, which
we
we're
get to
both
be
excited
closer.
We are. King size bed in the bed. We
could sleep on our. So what we did is we took the mattress and the box springs and put them like up against the wall.
Yes.
To make room, and so really we could put them back down, and I could like put the sheets on and everything. But I mean, she said it could be 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna be sleeping on the ground like it's my apartment. For
Did you sleep on the ground?
8 years of my life. Oh,
no,
yeah.
you didn't. Ew.
I broke my bed frame in a move.
So I'm sure in a move.
Well, and it wasn't even broken. I lost a piece. So you know how they have the metal outside?
Mm-hmm.
I lost the middle piece. So it was actually hilarious when I tried to put my bed together. I was like, why isn't this working? You would get on, it would just fall through to the floor. I had lost the middle bar that was supposed to hold up.
I just don't think that it's like an expense that you couldn't have made.
No. But at that point, I'm 24 years old. I was like,
if you're trying to meet a wife, you need to have a bed.
Yeah, at that point in my life, I wasn't trying to meet a wife.
Well, I'm glad because that led you to me.
But I'm going back to those days.
The broken road that led me straight to you.
Okay, I'm going to take a guess on who sings that.
You really don't know?
Say it is Brad Paisley.
Wrong. I'm honestly I'm pissed.
I know the song, The Open Road.
The Broken Road.
Broken Road. McGraw.
No.
Who is it?
Rascal Flatts.
Oh, it's a group. Okay, I'm not. Now that I'm hearing it better in my head.
You should not be allowed to work at a country radio station.
I know. I got. It was funny today. The Super Bowl happened. Did you like Eric Church and the national anthem?
I thought that they did an amazing job.
I did too, and he's starting to look to me. I need to get the guy's name. He's starting to look like a guy to me who's an actor. Is it Duhamel? Josh Duhamel.
I think it's just Dumel.
Josh Duhamel. He's starting to look like him to me. Do you see it at all?
You're saying his name how it's spelled, and it's just Josh Duhamel.
Josh
And
Duhamel.
he is a hot slice.
Okay. You know what? And it's not Josh Duhamel because he is. He's a hot slice.
Yeah, I do
But
not think Eric
it's-
Church looks
yeah.
anything like him.
I was wrong about that. It's this guy on the right, Timothy Olyphant.
I don't even know who that is.
This is the guy who I think Eric Church is slowly looking like as he feathers his hair more and more every time we
He
see him on
did
TV.
look bushy.
Yeah, his hair is getting
I just like,
Captain
I don't know if
Featherbottom
I've
head.
ever cared less about the Super Bowl, the commercials, the halftime show, everything. Like, I did not care.
Which is a bummer because, I'm a big fan of The Weeknd. So I was real excited for halftime. And it was good. I mean, here's the deal. It was good because I like The Weeknd's music. In terms of everything that happened in it, maybe it wasn't
I
as-
liked the halftime show. I just couldn't make myself care. Now I did care about the snacks. We
They're
had
good
some
snacks.
delicious bacon wrapped peppers and stuffed with, what are they stuffed with?
crab.
Ew. Now that I know that, I don't know that I would have taken.
So good. Jalapenos.
Cheese.
Jalapenos, cheese.
And then we also had some frozen. This is actually disgusting. I had a breakfast sandwich to start my day, a bacon,
Okay.
egg, and cheese from Starbucks. And then I made a steamed broccoli with cheddar cheese
Okay.
in one of those little frozen things.
That was lunch.
That was just a snack
Okay.
covered in cheddar cheese.
Okay.
And then I had those frozen Totino's party pizzas.
Mm.
And then bacon wrapped jalapenos with crab,
Mm-hmm.
and then nachos and chili cheese nachos. And then I topped it all off with a Blizzard and some gummy bears.
It's Super Bowl Sunday, babe. So you
Now
can
that
get away
is
with
what
it.
is what I do care about, is the snacking.
Yeah, you can get away with it only because it's Super Bowl Sunday.
I also took 3 naps.
You did. I got some. I'll tell you what though, our daughter is at an age. We're hanging with her today. I feel like 4 or 5 weeks ago, if you had slept as much as you did on a normal weekend day, I'd be like, take my child away from me. I've had her too long.
Yeah.
But today I was almost. You woke up one time and came upstairs, and I was like, no, you don't need to. Please go back to sleep. Olivia and I are fine. I knew you
Right.
were tired. She's at an
I
age
just,
now where that doesn't bother me anymore.
I napped really good in the guest room, if I'm being honest.
Good.
It was
Okay.
nice.
We've got a lot to get to, and we've gone
Okay.
a lot. Well, we've got
I'm
a long
wearing
time.
a blanket because when I eat frozen things like a Blizzard, I really have to wear a blanket or get in the shower because I get so cold.
We had a rough time with something that led you back to the broken road, but led you back to the Blizzard
Yeah, I'm pissed.
because we had a moment last week where suddenly it was 10 o'clock at night, and you looked at me and said, Morgan Wallen just made headlines, but also I need a McFlurry. And I said, okay, let's go get a McFlurry. So
sometimes you just have a sweet tooth before bed.
I went to get you a Reese's McFlurry, and the lady at the counter just laughed at me or at the drive-thru was like, young man, when was the last time you got a McFlurry? And I was like, oh no,
not
what
been
happened?
that long.
I said, oh no, what happened? She goes, we got rid of the Reese's McFlurries in October. I'm so sorry. I was like,
can't believe that
hang on.
that they would do that.
Yes. And so I
Is
said,
this a 2-person
that's what I'm saying.
conversation?
And so I looked at her and I was like, is there any way, can you put any other, there's no way to do Reese at all. And she was like, honey, we now have doubled up our M&Ms. And in the slot that used to have the Reese's, we now have doubled up our M&Ms. And I was like, who is ordering M&M McFlurries?
Not me.
Nobody. Over Reese's?
Disgusting. M&Ms taste like nothing, and they get too cold in
Yes.
ice cream, and then they're just rocks.
And that was the part I thought. I was like, wait a second. We've replaced Reese's with more M&M, more M&M.
Is
I
it
get
Reese's
Oreo.
or Reese's?
I say Reese's peanut butter cups.
I say you've been saying Reese's.
I say both. Everyone knows what it is, right? If you say either one, it's not like you're gonna
No,
get.
I know. I just am wondering what it is, because I do say Reese's, but then I just don't know. But
Well, apparently McDonald's says M&Ms.
and Oreos. Now the Oreo, you ended up getting me an Oreo, and it was good, but why would you take away Reese's? I feel like it's a staple. I'd rather have Reese's than anything.
Yeah, like I'm imagining they had the Reese's, right? They get rid of them.
Mhm.
I understand keeping Oreo. I do understand
I wonder if
that.
that's
I understand
everywhere or
that.
just Spokane.
Everywhere.
No.
Yeah, that's a nationwide McDonald's
Well,
thing. They
okay,
only have two.
so now we're just Dairy Queen and Sonic.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. They used to have Butterfinger, I thought too, at Mickey
They
D's.
did. They
And that's
did.
gone.
No.
So
I
M&M's
mean, I don't care
survived.
about the
There
Butterfinger.
must be a deal between McDonald's and M&M
Mm-hmm.
where they have a pact for life, because that was a weird one to keep. But Dairy Queen, you had the Reese's Blizzard tonight, and it was awesome, right?
Yeah, it's good. But remember, because I did, the legwork a couple summers ago and really tried to dive into which one is the best, because we talked about the Sonic Blast, the McFlurry, and the Blizzard.
Yep.
And really and truly, the Blizzard is the one with the least amount of candy in it. Like,
Yes, it
remember
is.
McFlurries, they would load them up if you get a double
You have to order a double
every time.
at Dairy Queen, or you're not going to get enough. Or
Right.
sometimes you can get away with it. Sonic and Mickey D's, you can get away with a regular,
Yeah.
and you at least have those flavors. But at Dairy Queen, you have to order a double
Right.
or nothing.
So maybe I'm a Sonic Blast girl.
Sonic Blast was really good.
Yeah.
That was an unexpected one you threw
And
in
they'll
last
never
year.
get rid of their extensive menu,
Yeah, I think McDonald's has slowly cut their menu down.
McDonald's has always half-assed their dessert selection besides the apple pie. Like,
Mm.
no one's ever trying to turn the ice cream machine on. No one's ever trying to make the McFlurries or anything like that. They just want to give you, something from the freezer bag.
It's a bummer. And I will say, I miss the old, from when I was really little, the apple pies that were fried. I know I still love
Aren't
the
they
apple
still
pie.
around?
Oh, the apple pies are great, but they're baked now. They used to be deep fried. And so think about that.
Oh.
That would have been when you were like
Maybe
3.
you could get one and put it in an air fryer.
Ooh. Anna, that actually sounds...
I know, and someone was talking
Ooh.
about air fryer recommendations after our last chat, and we just have to get one.
Yeah, that's okay. I like the idea of that. I wonder if that works. If anyone's tried it, please let us know. Okay, Dub. Speaking of menus, we had a fun day Friday, because Friday and Friday night, my mom and dad took Olivia for her Valentine's Day overnight date to Gramps and Grams, which meant you and I had Friday afternoon and Friday night and Saturday morning free of child. Would you like to let the people in on what we did?
Sure.
Because I think it comes with a recommendation.
What did we do
Which is why I want. Well, we went shopping. You got to do some shopping.
Okay, so I went to Nordstrom. I got a pair of jeans, black ones.
My jaw hit the floor at the pair of jeans you didn't get when you told me the price, because you said, "Well, we can't get those," and I was like, "Well, let's think about it." And then you said the price, and I said, "Let's think about putting those right back on the shelf."
We could have gotten them. I'm just, we're learning about our budget, and I just don't want to blow my wad the first Friday of February and then have no money for the rest of the time.
Yeah, that would have been all of it right there.
No.
It would have been a pair of jeans. That's it. But you did well. You found some fun stuff. We spent a couple hours shopping Friday afternoon. That was fun.
Yeah, we got something for Olivia.
And then
I opened up a Nordstrom credit card.
You did. Yes, you did. So that's going to go well for us. But you chose a restaurant that we had never been to. In fact, a restaurant that we didn't even really know where it was.
No.
Including the fact we've been to the area where the restaurant is and just never saw it.
I know. Why, I wonder.
Italian Kitchen. You found this on the internet.
Yeah. So, of course, I follow Spokane Eats.
So good.
And she posted a picture or something of takeout.
Okay.
And so I started, this was forever ago. But then I started looking, and she's like, Italian Kitchen, and I think it's owned by a couple. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But she was just talking about it, and all the food that she posted of theirs looked so good. And so then I started following Italian Kitchen on Instagram, and they posted on the 1st that they were open for indoor dining.
Because a lot of places in Spokane are going 25% capacity, but they have to meet stipulations, whether it's a CO2 reader, plus you have to have really good airflow. So if you have a garage door, a lot of places with garage doors are open because they can raise the
were
garage
you
door.
Surprised? I mean, I guess we live a different life because we have a baby. But were you surprised at how crowded everything was downtown?
Unbelievable.
We were driving home. We were like, oh wow.
There were so many people at Brick West Brewery in West downtown Spokane.
Yes.
It was a madhouse. It was the most people I'd seen in a group since all of this started.
So Italian Kitchen was absolutely delicious. I loved the vibe. It was very like, I don't know. I don't want to say like old timey, but just like
But I think that's a fair.
it was so like classic. That's what it felt like. Just a classic Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
The food was delicious. The mozzarella sticks were delicious. The wine was delicious. I mean, I had a great time. The only thing that I didn't like was the fact that it was cold because they had to keep the door open.
Yeah, it was like 35 degrees.
It was very
35,
cold.
40 degrees in the restaurant while we were eating because they have to keep windows and doors open. So there's just nothing they can do about it.
Yeah.
So and that was the one thing I wanted to make sure we addressed is that even through a situation where the odds were stacked against Italian Kitchen because of how cold it was,
Yeah.
their food knocked our socks off.
Yeah, we really liked it. It was just
It was
fun.
great
It was
Italian.
just so we think we might make it a Valentine's Day staple.
Yeah, we'll see you next year, Italian Kitchen.
Yeah.
So a shout out to them downtown Spokane, and I know a lot of places are just trying to keep things going. So there's another local business that
Yeah.
could use some support, and they
They're
were really
open for
good.
indoor dining.
Yeah, so if you're into that, and then they do takeout, like you said, Spokane Eats does. So we give them the thumbs up. The Widmer crew does.
Yes.
Now our night got hilarious from there because
hilarious or
well, they did. Italian Kitchen did a great job because
they stuffed us.
they go, you're here, it's cold, let's get things moving. So here's your appetizer. We're gonna get right on top of that. If you get a salad or something else, that's gonna be there. And the second that's done, we're gonna have your main course. So you're never just sitting thinking about how cold you are.
I mean they were quick.
So that was awesome. But we were out of there. We had dinner reservations at 6:30. We were out of there at 7:50.
At least.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
we considered going to a couple places, and then, we had a bunch of carbs, and we got into the car where we had been freezing, and then it was so warm. We had the heat seats on, and we were like, we're going to bed.
We got home at 8:45, and John Dresbach texted, and he was like, dude, I just saw you guys are downtown. He and his wife, Heather, he goes, Heather and I are at, I forget where they were at. They were at Watts. And they were at Watts, and they're like, dude, we're getting a drink. Come join us. And I text him back. It was 8:40, 8:50. And I was like, Johnny, we are home.
In bed.
But
how good did the bed feel? It was something about how cold it was.
So we had a night without a kid. The world is our oyster, and we were in bed at 8:50.
But that's
hilarious.
Nice.
It was good to get caught up on sleep.
To get caught up on sleep and to not sleep with a monitor and to not have to get up early. She's such an early riser. Hey, Dada. Hey, Dada. That's what she does. First thing in the morning. Hi, Dada. Hi, Dada.
And then I wake up normally in that 6 o'clock hour anyways, but there's something for me. Like for you can keep sleeping, and that part's great with no monitor. I got to wake up, and I never had to turn my monitor on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting there at 6:20 in the morning getting into another episode of WandaVision, constantly looking at my phone going, please don't wake up. Please don't wake up. Please don't wake up. I was like, you can wake up whenever you want. You're at Gramps and Graham's house. Live your life.
And I guess she was good. Like, I don't even know.
I guess.
It doesn't matter.
It was fun, though. A night without her was very fun.
A night without her was great, and I do not regret our decision to go to bed.
I agree. Okay, there was a couple things, Anna, I wanted to see. I'm trying to remember. There were some things I wanted to throw at you, and I don't remember what it is.
It's $20 over there.
What's that?
Right there.
I
you
got
have
$20. That's
over
the
20
last. This is the last of my Christmas money. Remember I said I spent some of it today? This is the very last of it.
Wow.
I know. I still have money from Christmas. It's February
Mine's long
7th.
gone.
So that's what I've got left.
All right, cool.
Right there. Okay, what did I want to bring up
Sorry.
to you? No, you're fine. That's a good observation because it's right there on the countertop. You mentioned something with the Kardashians that I should have done the research on this, but they were on the TV and I go, oh, it's going to be so weird that this is their last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And did you say they're coming back somewhere else?
I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that I heard that they're going to be on another streaming service.
It makes sense. Here's the deal.
Like
it makes
Hulu
sense they
or
go
something. It's not Hulu.
But it makes sense they go straight streaming service, doesn't it?
I think it's like a different streaming service that like everyone, of course, will then get.
That because they're probably, if they do end up doing that, let's see.
Full season's available on Hulu.
We'll see. And I don't see anything about
I can't read with you scrolling so
Kardashians signed a huge new deal with Hulu. Okay, they signed a big deal with Hulu.
No, there's maybe I heard wrong.
After announcing the end of Keeping Up with the Kardashians earlier this year, the family have signed a huge new deal in 2021. Keeping Up with the Kardashians will be ending in 2021. but then they're going to be maybe just putting these on Disney Plus or something like that. Either way.
No, I still feel.
Well, it would have been this because this is from This is from Christmas.
No, I know, but like if they haven't decided to continue on with the show in some way, I feel like eventually they will, and it'll be on a streaming service.
Well, that's what I was just going to.
Maybe I just imagined.
That's what I was just going to say. Like they signed this big deal with Hulu and Disney. And if they get rights, if Hulu and Disney get rights, they're going to come up with content for them, which will be huge because their stuff is great. Kardashian stuff is great. There was a show that I really liked. I think it failed miserably, but I enjoyed it. It was with Khloe, and she did like a game night at her house. And it was really fun.
Yeah,
it wasn't
a game night. It was like she did like a talk show. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they would play
she would like make
charades.
drinks and
yes.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called either, but I actually really liked it.
I just remember.
I love the Kardashians. I've like been into the show forever, but honestly, the last couple seasons I've totally like come and gone without me watching them because I've been so into like Netflix or Hulu. I do not even turn on the TV anymore to actually just watch TV, which is so weird.
Yeah, you're in this real deep Real Housewives kick, and I will tell you anymore. There was a while where I enjoyed watching it.
Oh, you're out now?
I think I just like Beverly Hills. The New York one you're watching does nothing for me. Last night you kept talking about this girl. You're like, what about Sonia? And I was like, she's so annoying. Like these ladies at New York, I don't.
Sonia is not annoying.
But like none of them work for me.
Okay.
Like the Beverly Hills ones do. I think the Beverly Hills ones I really just enjoyed more.
I prefer the Beverly Hills girls as well.
Okay.
Kyle forever.
Yeah, and so you're just in it deep though. Like you can't tear away.
I can't tear away, and like I don't. What am I going to do once New York is finished?
You can come back to me and we can watch
I don't
WandaVision.
want to, like I feel like the world is at my fingertips. Like all of the contents, like Beverly Hills, check. New York, check. I can move on to Atlanta, New Jersey, Orange County, Potomac, Salt Lake City.
Yeah, you could
Dallas,
go. This could be a problem.
Dallas one, I mean, the limit.
Did you say Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay, you did, because that's the one you thought about diving into.
I know.
When you were choosing New York.
I've also heard that New Jersey's pretty good.
Okay. I wanted to close with this. This is the thing I saw earlier. I wanted to close with. It was a big deal yesterday. Sports meets entertainment, which you enjoy. Sports meets Hollywood.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers. You know who Aaron Rodgers is? Jordan Rodgers' brother.
Yes.
He won the MVP.
Of what?
Of football, of the NFL. He was the best player in football. Yeah, MVP of the NFL. So
I'd
he had
say, okay.
He had the best season of the year. So he won the big award.
Do we think that maybe the old guy had a better season?
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
He might. He's up there.
I would assume after him, participating in the Super Bowl with a team that I literally had never heard of in my life, that he's the MVP of football.
That's a great point. Like of all time, MVP
I
of
don't
football.
even know where Aaron Rodgers. I know nothing about him besides his brother.
Aaron Rodgers plays for the Green Bay Packers. Okay. He's really good. He's
he
really
dated
good.
that girl that you think is sexy.
And this is why I'm bringing this up.
Oh,
he dated Olivia Munn.
Yes.
Who is sexy.
Yeah.
And like my all-time crush from college.
I get it.
When she did video game stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so with my favorite celebrity where are they now? Kevin Pereira. If anyone knows where Kevin Pereira is now, he's like my favorite TV person of all time, and he's gone. He and Olivia Munn did a show called Attack of the Show. I watched it every day.
The
Attack of the Show. They did video game news and pop culture news.
Okay.
Every day, 30 minutes on the video game channel, or an hour every day, and I loved it. Thought it was great. Anyways, let's move forward with this. Aaron Rodgers did date her. Aaron Rodgers dated Danica Patrick. And
I don't know who that is.
Race car driver, NASCAR driver, Indy driver.
Oh, that rings a bell.
She was really famous. She did the GoDaddy commercials where it's like, see more, Danica Patrick, go to GoDaddy.com. And it was like a big...
No, okay.
Well, how about this?
Okay.
So he wins the MVP. He's doing his speech. And he's like, it's been a busy year for me. He goes, besides getting my nose swabbed every day for 100 and whatever days because of the testing. I had a busy season with this and that. I also got engaged and like just threw it in there in the middle. Like everyone was like, he got engaged to the chick from Big Little Lies. Is that the show we watched? Shailene, what is her name? The one that is awesome. Shailene Woodley.
Let me see her.
He got engaged to that girl.
He's finally asleep.
Sorry, a little advertisement coming through there. The girl from Big Little Lies.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding
Anna,
me?
how weird is that?
What else is she on?
Okay, I think she's
on like a Disney show.
Divergent or something. Or
she's like young. Is she way younger than him?
Let's do a little research here. But we liked her in Big Little Lies, right?
Yes, I hate to say it, Sean.
Okay, you hate to say this about Shailene Woodley.
I hate to say it, but did he downgrade a little?
Oh, well, okay, so that's what I was going to bring up.
Now, maybe
Olivia
he
Munn,
didn't downgrade when it comes to.
So I think Shailene Woodley is gorgeous, for the record. Just in terms of
No,
looks, I think she's gorgeous.
right.
But I just think Olivia Munn is a little different. Also, Olivia Munn's hilarious. Her Instagram and stuff makes me laugh a lot. But the Shailene Woodley girl is rad. She was
Yeah, I
in
mean,
Divergent.
Did we even know they were dating?
How about this? So they announced
Oh,
last
The Fault
week.
in Our Stars. So
Fault in Our
I've seen
Stars.
that.
Boom. They announced last week that they're dating.
Hmm.
And then 2-3 days later, he's like, by the way, I got engaged over the year.
Well, when you know, you know.
Yeah, crazy. So I wanted to
And
bring
they
that
say
up
the
to you.
prettier the girl, the crazier they are. So maybe he had
Oh.
enough of Olivia.
Probably. So I just thought that was interesting because we
That
loved
is-
that show, and I had not brought that up to you yet. So
I
there you
just
go.
still can't get over that he just was named the best player in football. I'm just confused.
He is the best player in football.
No,
He's-
he isn't.
He's so good.
Or then why is he not? Why was he not at the
Tom Brady
competition
beat him.
today?
Tom
That's
Brady
what I'm
beat him.
saying.
I know. Okay, that's fair. I will say.
And Tom Brady is could be someone's grandpa.
he kisses his son on the lips with open mouth.
What is that, by the way? Are
it's-
we just gonna all let that slide? Or I'm confused. The pictures I've seen are offensive.
I'll start kissing my son on the lips with open mouth if it means you're that successful. If that's
I'm
what it leads to.
gagging at that picture of Aaron Rodgers with a mustache.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers,
I'm actually gonna throw up.
1983. He's 37, and she
Oh, and
was
she's
1991.
29.
So we're fine.
Yeah, they're pretty much
I
the
thought
same
she was
as
going
us.
to be 23.
Well, I know, and I just feel like she was in Disney movies, but I could be wrong.
See, now I'm going to open up Aaron Rodgers pictures. I think he's extremely good looking. He does a lot of goofy facial hair stuff, but
I don't think he's. I don't. He
he's got
doesn't.
the baby blues.
He doesn't knock my socks off.
He kind of knocks mine off, Anna.
What's wrong with his eyes?
He kind of not really blue. We're now looking
No,
at Aaron
they're
Rodgers
different
pictures.
shapes.
Look at these. Look at this. Look at his beard. His beard is
He
also
looks like
immaculate.
a character. Ew.
Oh, I just think he's so cool. I think Aaron Rodgers is so stinking cool.
I also just always had a bad taste in my mouth about him and his brother, just in their family drama, and they can't get along. It's if you can't get along with your brother, I don't know. There's just something about it all that I don't like.
And as much as I love Aaron Rodgers, we're both kind of Jordan Rodgers fans, aren't we?
Yeah,
That's
I
kind
really
of our thing. So we kind
I
of
liked him.
we kind of side with Jordan Rodgers. Maybe
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers was the problem.
I didn't know Aaron. So, Jordan was the first one I knew, so he's the side that I'm on, and it just kind of seems like Aaron got, I do like,
Well, there you
what's
go.
her name?
Shailene
I
Woodley.
like Shailene's dress in that photo.
Yeah, I think she's. I just thought it was so weird because
That is I just would have never guessed it.
I need to find the clip.
And I
of
feel
him.
bad because she is gorgeous. I just initially am more attracted to Olivia Munn.
Yeah, I feel like. Let me see if I can get you. I just wish you could hear. I can't find the audio. I
What
should
is
have had
it?
this
What
ready.
audio for what?
I really wanted you to hear the audio of him announcing that he got engaged because he just threw it in the middle of.
Well, maybe he's sick and tired of everyone knowing everything about his life.
For sure, and he's a little more private, I think, of a guy. He likes to kind of keep things private.
Right.
Okay, and finally, why
Well,
did
and
just say it?
I don't know. He
Uh,
probably doesn't he not talk to his family? So it's really no one cares.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's actually a great point. He was the one.
He's
who was,
I'm engaged, and
right.
it's I don't need to tell my family because I don't talk to them, so I'll just tell you all.
Well, that was fun. I appreciate you coming up here and chatting. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to get out
in
there.
the bed.
Yeah, it's 8:36. We started
I'm
recording this
exhausted.
just a little bit ago, 30 minutes ago, and it's 8:36, and you and I are pooped. We're gonna go in bed. You're gonna watch some
Speaking
TikTok.
of
You're
poop,
gonna
Olivia literally pooped over
Ooh.
5 times today.
Girl was nasty.
Should I be concerned?
Girl was nasty today.
I think she had some teeth problems.
She was letting them go, and they are not. I mean, it was.
No, they were big. It was it was wild.
I gotta say though, our girl's getting into big time into cars and trucks, big
She
time
does
into
love cars and trucks.
balls. Like if you throw a basketball, this big beach ball we
you're
have.
forcing that
Well,
on her.
she just likes it because I think she can now pick it up,
Uh-huh.
and so she finds some fun in that. And the thing she's learning to do, and the reason she likes her blocks also, she's learning to throw things. And not in like, oh, I'm accurate like Aaron Rodgers throwing. She just likes the idea
Tom
of
Brady.
lifting something up and letting it go, and it lands somewhere around
On
her.
my face.
Right, and she kind of like looks around like, did I just make that happen?
Right, and she needs to learn that she can do that with like basketball and the hoop, but maybe
Yes.
not like her blocks.
Right, and they just go everywhere. But
And like hit Jovi and
I think that's where her love for the ball is coming from right now. Is that it lands and
it's
rolls?
coming
and she's
from the
like,
fact
"Ooh,
that since she came out of my
womb, womb, I think is the phrasing.
you have been forcing her to want to love a basketball.
Well, she needs to love a basketball. This is going to drive me crazy. I was going on Twitter and some weird icon saved to my desktop, and there's nothing I hate more than that. Okay, Anna, thank you so much for coming on.
You're so welcome. Do
We
you want to go watch Housewives?
I appreciate you. I think I'm going to take my AirPods down. I'm going to watch WandaVision. You're going to watch Housewives. Anything you need to tell the people before we leave?
I just love you guys. It's so great to be here and be loved and included in this Spokane community
Can I
and possibly outside of Spokane.
Yeah. Everyone needs to follow Anna on Instagram, Anna M. Widmer. One last thing. You have started meal planning. Can you hit the people with the 4 meals coming to a Widmer table near you this week?
So last week when we went to Seattle to visit Sean's brother and sister-in-law, my sister-in-law has inspired me. She just, gets a few meals, writes down all of the ingredients, goes grocery shopping. I would assume like many people do. Sean and I have freezer meals most nights. So I just was like, okay, I'm going to do that. So I found 4 recipes online that I'm going to try.
What are we having this week?
The buffalo chicken wrap that we had in Seattle. Zuppa Toscana. That soup that you like.
A soup you do in the crock pot,
A kale Caesar salad with chickpeas and sweet potatoes.
Interested in that one.
And, it's like a 1-pot honey Dijon chicken with rice. I feel like that one's going to be the hardest one.
Sounds
but
so
just
good.
like a 1-pot situation just sounds nice.
That sounds amazing. All right, well, there you go.
So
There's
we'll
the
see.
Widmer menu this week.
And maybe I'll just get lazy and say, do you want a freezer meal instead?
And we may do that. I bring that up to say if you have a fairly simple, and I don't mean this in terms of we can't cook. I mean it in terms of
we don't want to.
Our time is so valuable. We don't have 2-3 hours.
And I just don't want to.
So if you have like a 20-minute meal that is delicious
and like
send it to us.
Semi-healthy. I mean, like
yeah, for sure.
What I ate today is not my norm.
We've been doing a lot of veggies and a lot of chicken and fish
because
lately.
we can freeze. Like I've been buying those massive frozen veggies. Are those okay? Like
we're going through them. We're going through frozen broccoli like it's
I know
M&Ms at McDonald's.
I hope it's just as good for you.
I hope so too. All right, babe, I love you, and I'll talk to you next week. I can't wait to see you sleeping here in just a couple minutes.
Weird.
That sounded weird. And I always fall asleep first, so you'll see me sleeping.
I'd just like to say congratulations, Tom Brady.
Congratulations, Tommy B. I appreciate Anna making time on a Sunday night after a long Sunday of Super Bowling. Now, I did want to get some Super Bowl thoughts. Here's coming off the top of my head, random Super Bowl thoughts. First of all, I love the weekend. I thought the weekend was great. I thought the Super Bowl halftime was great. I'm realizing more and more with Super Bowl halftimes, it's about whether you like their music going in, right? The Rolling Stones years ago, I did not like that halftime show. I couldn't tell you if their performance was good or not. I don't like their music. So they didn't do anything for me. But people that I like the music of, the Justin Timberlakes of the world, the Weekends of the world, I really dig, and I thought he was really good. I thought he sounded good. I, again, love his songs. I thought the interaction with his dancers and stuff was cool. I don't know. I really liked halftime last night. I don't know what the internet's saying. I just woke up. So I don't know if the internet is on it or against it for that. I did see the internet was against, overall, it looked like they were against the national anthem. We just love to hate. That's what it is. 2021, we just love to hate. That's what we're going to deal with. People love to hate Tom Brady. People love to hate the national anthem. People love to hate the weekend. People love to hate the refs. People love to hate everything. We are in a society of pure I love to hate. It's kind of sad. It's really sad. So I've noticed that the most of everything today and last night with what's going on on the internet and just around with the people I've been talking to. So welcome to a world where we love to hate. Now, I did want to talk about the refs because this is driving me insane. In a couple of my text threads last night with people, there was the Super Bowl MVP goes to, and it was the flags. It was the refs. Oh my gosh, the refs. The fix is in. Are we kidding right now? Did everyone get that dumb in the course of one 60-minute football game? How dumb do people get? The fix is in for Tom Brady? Excuse me? Was yesterday the first day you were walking the planet watching football? Because if it was, then I'll explain it to you. If it wasn't, then you need to just check it all, and you need to check into the hate clinic because you're part of the Haters Guild 2021. Tom Brady is not the beloved child of the NFL. Tom Brady is nearing the end of his career. He's the greatest winner of all time. He is the greatest winner of all time, but that is not to the love always of the NFL. Okay? The guy had the suspension with Deflategate. He's rattled the cages of too many people at the top of the NFL. The NFL did not love those Patriots team. I feel like every time you'd hear a story about the Patriots, it was them cheating, some kind of scandal. People don't like the Patriots. People did not like those Patriots. They were ridiculously good. Brady is, like I said, the greatest winner of my lifetime. That includes Michael Jordan. That includes LeBron. That includes Tiger Woods. That includes, Roger Federer's probably up there. Serena's probably up there in the tennis world and sports world for great winners. But Brady's there. Brady's the greatest winner of my entire lifetime, starting in 1981 until now. Greatest winner. But they did it at the cost of pissing off a lot of people, including the NFL. So the NFL is not in love with Tom Brady. I'm sure they love, having a guy like Tom Brady who's winning a bunch and is 43 years old and he's got some cool storylines. But you know what the NFL loves more than Tom Brady on his way out? Patrick freaking Mahomes. The NFL loves Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is their golden child. Patrick Mahomes is your future. He is the moneymaker in your league, and he is on the precipice of 2 NFL championships back to back. It's a great story. And you've got Patrick Mahomes against a guy, NFL, that you kind of don't love. It would be kind of nice if you're the NFL to see Patrick Mahomes get over on Brady. And, oh, yeah, Brady, you're the GOAT. You're the greatest. Blah, blah, blah. You just got beat by Mahomes. That's the storyline for the NFL. Sell more jerseys for the future. The people who say the fix is in against where suddenly the NFL has turned on their golden child. They just decided yesterday, you know what we're going to do? We woke up today and we decided we're anti-Patrick Mahomes. What? If you tweeted or you posted or you said yesterday anything about the fix being in, you're grounded from sports for a week. You're just grounded. No one needs to hear from you. No one needs to hear your opinions because you don't have good ones. The fix cannot be in when the NFL, who would be doing the fixing, is cheering for the young gun who is going to carry the league on their shoulders for a number of years. If anything, the fix would have been in had the penalties gone the other way, had the Bucs been overly aggressive. That's the other thing. Like the Chiefs are an aggressive defense. As a Seahawks fan, I know how this works. There is a thin line of playing really aggressive, really in-your-face football and penalties. And that's just the case of the really aggressive defense. And I'm sorry, like last night, it was not hard to see that there were penalties happening, right? It was not hard to see guys were being jammed up late. We're being held late. We're being pushed around late. We're lining up offsides trying to get a jump. By the way, that as a Seahawks fan, I was laughing because there was a couple tweets like, well, the refs really screwed people on that offside on the field goal. And I'm thinking, you must not have watched many Seahawks games because that's notorious. That's Seahawks football right there. Let's line up offsides so that we can try to get a crazy jump to block a field goal that's going to go in 90% of the times. That is like Seahawks. That is right down the alley for overly aggressive defense. And again, sometimes that works great. Sometimes overly aggressive defense gets you to the Super Bowl and wins it. But sometimes you're a little wound up a little too tight, and that's the way it is. So lay off the refs being the key to this, okay? The refs didn't call the plays to throw the dimes to Rob Gronkowski. The refs didn't dial up a defensive scheme that kept Patrick Mahomes from running and getting free and kept him from just having all the time in the world. The refs didn't dial any of that stuff up. The refs didn't run the football for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs were good yesterday. They were really freaking good. And whether you hate Tom Brady or not, and guess what? You probably do hate Tom Brady, which is hilarious because you're right there with the NFL who supposedly, according to you, quote, fixed the game. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay? Anyways, I lost my train of thought there because I got something in my eye. And that's just the worst timing to have that happen. When you're in the middle of something, there's just red hot fire like the takes I'm driving at home. It's just a bummer to get something in your eye or like that. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to bring up with the Super Bowl yesterday, highlight of the game for me. I love some good on-the-field banter, and I loved when Tyrann Mathieu decided when his team was losing by a bunch and Tom Brady was dissecting the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs. I love that he decided to get in Brady's face, try to be a tough guy with him, and Brady was like, look, man, I'm coming for you, and then just kept throwing the football right at Tyrann Mathieu and just proved, hey, I'm better than you at football, so maybe next time not in my face. But I love that interaction, right? I love that Tyrann Mathieu decided, look, I'm gonna try to do something here. I'm gonna try to rattle the guy. We need anything we can get. Maybe this will help. It didn't, but I like the concept of it. But the problem was he got outdone 1,000,000-fold because later in the game, and the highlight for me of Super Bowl 55 was when Patrick Mahomes tried to complete that pass late to Tyreek Hill, who all season has been a freak of nature, the fastest man in football. He's a total stud. He scores, he gets a couple of games and scores lightning speeds, right? And so his signature has been this season, because he's so stinking fast, he gets in the end zone and drops the peace sign, peace out, peace, you'll never catch me, that kind of thing. It's cool. Tyreek Hill's cool. Well, he dropped that pass, and rookie Antoine Winfield got down to eye level where Tyreek Hill was sitting on the ground because he had just dropped the pass and got hit. And he dropped the most rigid fingered peace sign 4 inches from Tyreek Hill's face. He got taunting penalty for it, deservedly so. But that was, to me, the highlight of Super Bowl 55, because it is a bunch of guys who are as competitive as you can get. And it is the ultimate, and we researched everything about you. In fact, I've researched you so much, I'm sick and tired of your peace sign. I've seen it in film for the last 2 weeks. The second I get a chance to drop that in your face, I'm doing it. And I just loved it. I thought it was great. And I know it's taunting, and people are like, you can't do that. I think you can. I think you should. Because, again, they're super competitive, and the amount of film, the amount of studying, the amount of time these guys are doing, everything that you do as an opponent is going to drive people crazy because of the time they put into it. And the fact they had one over on him, and I guarantee you, Antoine Winfield was sick and tired of touchdown celebrations. The fact he got right in his face and just the most rigid peace sign directly in Tyreek Hill's face on the last game of the season to say, peace, goodbye. Your rear ends are getting spanked around on this field by me. I thought it was such an awesome, competitive sports move. All right, there's some of my observations from the Super Bowl. I like the game. I love the Super Bowl. It's so funny. The last 2 weeks, I was not that excited about the Super Bowl. You know, I'm not a diehard Chiefs fan. I think they're cool. I think they're good for the league. I'm not a diehard Bucs fan. I like Brady, and I used to love the Bucs in the early 2000s, but I haven't followed the Bucs season this year. So I wasn't like either of these teams were someone to have a jersey for or a big horse in the race. But yesterday rolled around, and yesterday morning I started to get hyped. I got hyped. I was ready for this. Very fun to have the Super Bowl. Every year I can get hyped for the Super Bowl. It was weird doing the solo party yesterday. I just watched the game with my daughter upstairs in my house. We chilled. She actually sat on the couch and watched some of the game, and then when she wasn't sitting on the couch, she was building blocks and throwing basketballs around the upstairs room, and it was a ton of fun just hanging with her, and it'll be a great memory forever. The Super Bowl, the one Super Bowl during a weird time of our lives where we did not have a Super Bowl party and just watched the game with my daughter. Okay, that's it for today. That's a long podcast. I hope it was okay. Again, you can yell at me if you hate all my football takes. Please yell at me. Sean T. Widmer on Twitter. Sean T. Widmer on Instagram. If you liked them, you want to throw some support my way, Sean T. Widmer on Twitter, Sean T. Widmer on Instagram. And we're slowly creeping towards that goal. 100 reviews on iTunes by the end of 2021. Thanks to Mitch, who's one of the latest to drop a review on there. Really, really appreciate that, Mitch. Long time pal, Mitch, from way back met Mitch way back in my sports show days when I was the worst sports show in the history of Spokane. And I was by myself, not knowing what I was doing in 2005. So thank you, Mitch, for the review this many years later. I really appreciate that, brother. And anyone else who has the time to do it, it would mean a lot to me. Okay, have a great Monday. Have a great week. I don't even know who's coming on the show Wednesday and Friday this week, but somebody will be. Otherwise, you're stuck with me. Have a great day, everyone.